Halftime. 18-13, Oregon Tech on top. Inbounds to Humphrey. Easy shot off the basket. Boy, it just seemed like Humphrey stepped up there, Perry, and just threw it in.
Yeah, and really, Oregon Tech made it too easy on him. All he had to do was catch it and just kind of lay it over the front of the rim.
18-15, Oregon Tech's lead down to 3. Pass inside, intercepted. Picked up by White. Remember, Fairfax still on the bench with 2 fouls, and Burt Paddock would love to be able to keep him there for the rest of this half and not risk him picking up his 3rd foul. Here's Vanderjack going to the basket, but the ball's picked up. Now Hunter tries to outrun Humphrey. He can't, so he's going to back it back out, and will wait for the rest of the hustle now. It's a good decision by the freshman there to wait for his teammates, and they'll pay with a basket. That's a good decision that paid off for Oregon Tech.
It really was over, and you see what's in front of you, see where the numbers are, back it back out, and then you end up with a wide open jump shot from about 12 feet out.
20-15, Oregon Tech's lead back to 5. Coming up on 4 minutes to go before halftime. Nelson into the lane. His one-hander off the glass, no good, right side. And Gomez clears the board for Oregon Tech. Timeout, Oregon Tech. Oregon Tech is going to take a 30-second timeout with 3:50 to go before halftime. 20-15 the score. Oregon Tech with the lead over Davenport. Shooting percentage is beginning to pick up just a little bit. Davenport up to 31% for the game. They haven't posted the last Oregon Tech shot. Now they have. Oregon Tech 7 of 24 for 29%. Davenport actually has a miss in there too. 5 of 17 for 29%. So neither team really shooting that well. But Oregon Tech right now just a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, but what is amazing, Scott, is as bad as those percentages are, they're actually quite a bit better than what we saw for the first 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah, they're up 8 percentage points. There's some presidential candidates that would like to have that kind of bounce.
There you go.
But still, the point is it's a close, tight-knit game. And remember, when you get to the national tournament, as we always say, all you want to do is advance 1 to the right. Doesn't really make a difference how you do it and how you look. They're going to call Gamblin for traveling as he tried to get around the Panther defender. So down to 3:40 to go before halftime. It is 20-15, Oregon Tech on top. Oregon Tech from Klamath Falls, Oregon. Davenport from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Pass intercepted by Oregon Tech. Nice fast break, but they kind of botched it at the end, but they still get the ball back outside and can reset the offense. Hunter to the basket. Layup is good as he drives the baseline hard. He has 11.
Well, he is so quick. He drove the baseline a lot quicker than the Davenport defense expected. Could not get down there, and he gets an easy layup.
He drove it faster. I could tell everyone he was driving the lane. That's how fast he was. Here's a jump shot. About a 15-footer knocked down for Jonte Ford, his first field goal. They go with 2 free throws, 4 points. 3 minutes to go first half. Here's a long 3, no good. That one no good by Gomez, and rebound cleared by Ford, or check that, cleared by Davis. White with the basketball. Over to Nelson. 2:40 to go first half. 5-point Oregon Tech lead. 22-17. Nelson drives to the lane. Kick out to White. His shot for 3, knocked down. Demascus White has 6. Both from beyond the arc, and Davenport has cut the lead to 2. 2:20 to go first half. Hunter. Outside to Clark. Clark bounces it back to Hunter. Hunter, 1 dribble, gives the ball up. Gomez will have it outside as we're down to 13 to shoot. And a foul away from the ball. They're going to call this on Davenport. They're going to get Demascus White for the foul. Just the 16th foul, but that will reset the shot clock to 35 with 2:01 to go before halftime.
Yeah, White and Hunter were battling under there. Hunter trying to go from one side, skip to the other. White was impeding his progress.
22-20. 2:01 to go before halftime. Clark to throw it inbounds. Waiting, almost waiting too long, but they will get it in long to Johnson. Now Clark off the screen, long range three, knocks it down. David Clark with 6, and Oregon Tech back up by 5, 25-20. 1:45 to go before halftime. Nelson to the basket, gets a quick opening. Ball will not fall, but he steals the rebound, kicks it back outside, and they will save it from going to the backcourt barely. And now Davenport has the ball. In the corner, Nelson will get it back outside to Vanderjack, who will set the offense up with 1:20 to go first half. Shot clock down to 18. Nelson, one-hander to the basket, going the other way after he runs over Josh Johnson inside. I think kind of a big point in the ball game here. 5-point Oregon Tech lead, 1:14 to go. We kind of saw in the first game where Northwood really used the final minute 15 to pull away from McPherson in the first game of the day, and kind of a give and go take situation. Either Davenport can stay in it here, or Oregon Tech can get a little distance.
It'll be interesting to see what Oregon Tech does try to do on this possession. If they take their time and really work for a good shot, or if they want to try to get a 2-for-1 possession here before the end of the half.
25-20, 1:05 to go before halftime. Hunter avoids a defender, gets out of trouble, kicks it back outside. Clark has it. Still dribbling around, 10 seconds to shoot. Clark tries to force it inside. The pass is going to be intercepted by Davenport as the Panthers pick it up. Vanderjack, who's done a good job being in while Nelson's had to sit on the bench, or Fairfax has sat on the bench with foul trouble. Now Davenport can't run it down, but Burt Paddock has made it pretty obvious he wants to get a good shot here because Oregon Tech does have the arrow to start the second half. And they almost get and one, but the shot will be no good by Javante Ford, but he will get to go to the free throw line for a couple, which stops the clock with just under 22 seconds to go. And barring a missed free throw rebound by the Panthers, Oregon Tech will get the final shot of the half. But a couple big free throws for Ford here. He gets the first. Javante Ford off the bench with 5 for the Panthers. Makes one more here. He cuts the lead to 3 and sets up the final sequence of the first half. He will make it. Ford has 6. Lead 3 for Oregon Tech, 25-22. And now the Hustlin' Owls will slow it down and go for 1. Clock's at 13 seconds when Clark gets around midcourt. They'll try for a quick trap. That doesn't work. They'll back up. Hunter with the ball. Goes into the corner. Gomez has to force a 3 up, and that one will actually hit the bottom of the shot clock. And we'll go back the other way with .5. Not much time to do anything with this. So it looks like we'll be heading to the locker room with Davenport up by 3, 25-22 at halftime. And that's exactly what will happen. 25-22, Oregon Tech with the lead over Davenport as we go to halftime. Shooting percentages have been moving up. Getting the last update, I believe, of the half here. 32% for Oregon Tech, 9 of 28, 7 of 20 for Davenport, 35% in the first half. Each team has put 3 threes in. Davenport's missed 1 free throw out of 6. Oregon Tech 2 free throws out of 6. Rebounding 15-13 for Oregon Tech. One big key, Davenport turns the ball over 14 times in the first half, but Oregon Tech turns it over 9 times in the first half. So pretty much even down the board. 17 fouls for Davenport, 6 for Oregon Tech in the first half, and it's a 3-point game, and the stats kind of bear that out.
Oh, and they do, and they look up a close game. Maybe not anywhere near the scoring we thought we might have, but nonetheless, it's a 1-possession ball game, and the second half will definitely be interesting.
Quick recap of the total before we let you enjoy some more of the Branson Entertainment here at halftime. James Humphrey with 7 for Davenport. Javante Ford with 6. Demetrius White has 6. James Nelson with a free throw. Lonnie Fairfax with just the one basket before he went out with foul trouble, but Burt Paddock was able to keep the game close with Vanderjack in the ball game and keep the game only to 3 points at halftime. 25-22. Bobby Hunter leads all scorers with 11. David Clark with 6. Bryant Sentman with 3. Jason Gamblin, Scotty Riddle with 2, and Kyle Gomez with a free throw in the first half. 25-22. Oregon Tech with the lead over Davenport at halftime. The winner to take on Northwood, the top seed in the tournament for the NEI Division II Men's National Basketball Championship tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Central Daylight Time on the CBS Sports Network. The final half of basketball here on NAI.org for the 2012 tournament coming up in just a few minutes. Again at halftime, Oregon Tech 25, Davenport 22.
Any idea how the women are doing?
I'm going to find out right now. Up 5 with about 9.5 to go.
They're way behind us. Was Concordia number 2 coming in?
Yeah, team 03. Thank you very much.
See if we can't ruin the GPAC party.
I haven't entirely ruined it yet. What about Richmond basketball?
Well, you already heard the coaches that, well, about the Hofstra coaches that asked. Apparently, it's kind of floating around Reach Spring too that, oh shoot, who was it? Scott. What's Scott's last name over there? Softball coach. Scott Walker acted like it's a pretty done thing over there that he's gone. The school board hasn't officially voted, but the vote, they already know the votes are there to get that he's gone. And someone had already called Barry and made sure that he was still willing to come if his job was offered. Couple of 3 weeks might be interesting to see if all this really materializes.
Well, we got to keep an ear on the Forsyth situation too.
Yes, and then eventually maybe the Hollister. But I agree. You know, we keep hearing that he wants to get closer to home, or because he's still driving, he lives that way. But from the conversation we had, he's already preparing for next year. Like he's going to be there.
But here's the other thing to think about. Just threw this in your hat. Barry Oakland goes to Reed Spring, that goes to East Newton.
And see, that might be why he's keeping such a big eye on it, because that is about 20 miles away from his house instead of 60 miles from his house.
Exactly.
I didn't even think of that. That is, woo, that's good.
Uh-oh, Concordia's making a run here. They've cut it to 2.
Well, what's that? Come on. 50% from the field. Oh, 56%. Morgan has 14 of the 24.
So sure, I mean, obviously you never know because North Lynching's always tough there, but I'm not sure this isn't the championship game right here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying North Lynching could be either one of those teams tomorrow, but it looks like Concordia's at the line here, so.
I think they've got it on over there too.
Yeah. Concordia was up, or Grandview was up 6 at halftime on Saturday. Concordia had beat them like by 15 or so. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
CFO to win it, but the flip side of it, they've got where they're supposed to be. So they lose it now. You know, they lost it.
They're as good as at least they were scheduled to be at. And they get to hang another Final Four banner.
Part of the problem is that and again, it's hard to say that because it sounds like a cop-out, so you have to be very careful how you say this. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, when you have a tournament that goes like this tournament does, this format,
yeah.
I mean, it is very difficult to win 5 games in 7 days. And, you know, to be able to get 4 and 1 in that format, and again, you're playing a different team every year, got a different team every year. Yeah, I mean, look at Bellevue. I mean, they finished second twice. You know, I mean, you know, they got to feel a little bit snake bit too. You know, and they lost a couple other times early. You know, they could very easily have a couple of those banners in their gym right now too.
Final half of basketball about to start here at the College of the Ozarks Skeeter Athletic Complex for us here on NAIA.org as the final piece of the national championship puzzle will be solved in the next 20 minutes of basketball as Oregon Tech, the number 2 seed, leads McPherson, the number 3 seed, 25-22. Don't forget tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock Central Daylight Time. It is the national championship game. It'll be televised nationally on CBS Sports Network. Saw a sportscaster name familiar to a lot of folks that's going to be calling the play-by-play on that one tonight. Roger Twyble. Remember, he used to be with ESPN, now is with CBS Sports Network. He is going to be calling the play-by-play on the national television broadcast tomorrow night of the national championship game here. We'll have the privilege of calling it locally here on our local flagship station, 100.1 KOMC. And we'll also have the audio on our website at hometowndailynews.com. 25-22. As we're underway in the second half, Oregon Tech starting with the basketball. Here's a 3 ball to go up 6, knocked it down. Kyle Gomez gets his first 3, his first field goal of the game. It's the first shot of the second half. It puts Oregon Tech up by 6. Fairfax is back in the game for Davenport. Remember, he missed a lot of the first half with foul trouble. Gives it off to White. Back to Fairfax. Fairfax to the basket. Spin move, underhand layup, no good. His own rebound is going to be blocked out of bounds. Last touch by Oregon Tech. Game number 30 of the National Championship Tournament. 13th year here at College of the Ozarks. And we do know it will be here again next year. The NAIA and College of the Ozarks negotiates 2-year contracts. In fact, the new contract will be negotiated during the offseason, but we do know the tournament for sure will be back here in 2013. And looking forward to another good one, but still have some good basketball in this one. Fairfax can't get the shot to go. Rebound to Gamblin, and then Bobby Hunter turns his ankle. Oh, no. And I didn't see Perry. I was screened out. Did you see what happened there?
It looked like he just came down and did kind of a little twist going to his left, but it looks like he's up and really not favoring it too much. So that could have been that could have been a really bad break for Oregon Tech.
That's one of those he maybe wants to keep it going so he doesn't feel it too much. But it looks like he's running on okay right now. One of those that you have that little twinge maybe and think it's worse, but you get up and realize it's okay. Gomez, who hit a 3 a moment ago, loses the ball, but it's picked up over on the right side. Hunter's going to get it back now on the left side with 16 to shoot. Hunter gets his defender in the air, passes off to Gomez. Gomez, 10-footer, off balance, no good. And the rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Davenport as John Prinz tried to hit it out of bounds off of Hunter. He did. The problem is when he touched the ball to do that, he was on the out of bounds line. So a little bit of a break for Oregon Tech. They do have just 8 seconds to shoot. Prinz will leave the lineup, and Mario Redmond will check in for him. Quick shot for 3. Good. Jason Gamblin with his first 3. And we talk about the Oregon Tech three-point shooting. It's not the percentage, but it's the timeliness. A big one here puts them up 9. 31-22. And Nelson fouled by Gamblin as he heads towards the basket. That'll stop the clock at 18:07. Both teams again with identical 33-4 records coming in. We mentioned earlier the two teams coming into the Final Four combined 130-14. One-hander by Fairfax in the lane is good. And Lonnie Fairfax with his second basket. Perry, you got to figure that for Davenport to get back in this one, they're going to have to keep Fairfax on the floor.
Yeah, they're going to find a way, and they're going to have to keep him busy on both ends.
31-24, Oregon Tech. 17:40 to go here in the contest. Shot for 3 by Gomez, no good. Rebound down to Fairfax. Fairfax going coast to coast. Underhanded layup, no good. Burt Paddock living on the bench wanting a contact foul, none coming. Oregon Tech basketball, Gomez baseline left side. Quick fires a pass inside and is caught perfectly. Unfortunately for them, it was by Lonnie Fairfax of the other team. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Oregon Tech will give it up to Davenport. 31-24, 17-10 to go. Again, Oregon Tech looking for their 4th ever appearance in the championship game. They've won 2 of the 3 championships they've been in. Both their titles happening here at College of the Ozarks. Davenport, just in existence since 2003, their first tournament appearance, not till 2010. But they made it to the quarterfinals last year and looking to build on that even more to get to the championship game. Reverse layup, no good. But catching, Javante Ford did a good job of catching his defender in the air. And for that, Ford will go to the free throw line. David Clark gets called for the foul, his first.
Yeah, good job of absorbing the contact there and a chance to get some points at the line.
Free throw will roll in. Javante Ford has 7 points, all coming at the free throw line. And makes them both. 8 points for Javante Ford, the sophomore from right there in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Davenport of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, where the national champion came from last year. Cornerstone won it all last year. Davenport trying to get another WHAC team into the championship.